and gentlemen, please put your hands for the fabulously healthy Jane Mukami. Makofi tafadhali. Jane.
Good evening, ladies. We can do better than that. Good evening, ladies. Good evening. Yes, much better. I am Jane Mukami, and I'm going to be talking to you about health and fitness. Now, some of you might be wondering, this is Infinite Style, so why am I here to talk to you? And the reason is simple. Derek did a good job talking about style, and style begins with us, ourselves. I'd like to say when we are naked, no clothes, no makeup, no hair, nothing. What is your style when it's just you in front of the mirror when you just stepped out the bathroom? Everything else that these wonderful ladies are going to talk to you about are supposed to enhance who you already are. They're not supposed to make. Does that make sense? So I'm coming from a perspective of first, love yourself, take care of yourself, then throw on the clothes, the heels, the makeup, all that. You go from 0 to 10, but you start from the inside and from yourself. Sawa? Okay, so I'm going to get started, and the way I'm going to do this is I like participation. I'm not a lecturer. I want us to have a conversation, so I'm going to ask some questions. If I say by the raising of hands, please raise your hands when you feel I'm talking to you. Sawa? So, ladies, have you ever wondered what it would feel like to wear a swimsuit or a bikini in Mombasa? You're walking down the beach or laying by the pool and not caring what the person behind you is thinking about you. Yes? Have you ever wondered? Yes, good. Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to wake up in the morning energized, excited, your mind is clear, you know what you need to do, unlike some people who wake up and are like, oh, I could use another hour of sleep. Have you ever wondered what that life would be like? Awesome. So by a show of hands, how many of you would like me to share how to lose weight? Yes? Yes, yes? Okay. Even more importantly, how many of you would like me to share how to lose weight but keep it off? Yes? I've heard stories where you follow a certain diet, you lose 20 kgs, then the kilos come back with some babies, you add 30, you know, yeah? So it's important to not only lose the weight, but to keep it off. So shortly, or in a moment, I'm going to share with you my secrets. When I say my secrets, I mean the things that I personally do, the things that I share with my clients for them to be successful. In a moment, I'm going to share with you my comprehensive, simple, easy to follow along program that's called the Body Transformation Program. I promise you that by the end of this conversation, you will know more than when you walked in, because I'm sure we don't know it all. We always learn different things. So what is a body transformation? A lot of people come to me saying, Jane, I need to lose weight. But what you really mean is you want to transform. In other words, you want to noticeably change your body. Some people say, I want to look what I looked like when I was 20. That's a transformation, because you can lose 2 kgs but still look the same, right? So I'm using an example of a lady called Chantal. She works hard, she transformed her body, and this is a guy called Martin. Both of these are on social media, and they've transformed their bodies by simply doing things that I've advised them on. So how many of you want body transformations? Not just weight loss, but body transformations. When people come to you and say, oh my God, what happened to you? You look different. Yes, that's what we want, right? So let's talk about good health. At the core of changing your body is good health. Good health simply means you don't have disease. There's no diabetes, there's no nothing. You are healthy. You might not look fit, but you have no disease. The doctor says the cholesterol is good, everything is fine. And why is good health important? How many bodies do we have? How many lives? So it's our responsibility to take care of them. The moment good health goes out the door, your life changes drastically. So why is now the time to commit or make the change? How long did it take you to gain the extra 10, 15, 20 kgs? It was a couple of years. So if you had a salad for lunch today, don't wake up tomorrow and jump on the scale expecting to see minus 5 kgs. If you worked out last month one time, don't expect you're going to lose weight. If it took you 4 years to put on weight, you need to give yourself at least half the amount, 2 years, before that weight comes off, when you do it the right way. So if you want to look better in the next 12 months, guess when you should have started working? Yesterday. So it is so serious. I mean, it is so important for you to realize that it's not overnight. You need to be patient with yourself. I hate it when brides rush to me and say, Mukami, I'm getting married in 6 weeks. I need to lose 10 kgs. I'm like, okay, I can't help you. The detox will help? No. You know? So we need to start working now. So again, who am I and why should you listen to me? I am Jane Mukami. You might know me from social media. But besides that, I'm an award-winning blogger, janemukami.com. I'm also an author. I have 2 books out. You might know about the 10-Day Detox. There's also another book called Eat Right to Get Your Body Tight. There's a 3rd book launching next week that will be primarily a 30-day meal plan. I'm also the founder of 21 Days of Change. How many of you in 21 Days of Change? How many people? Okay, I see a few. Yes, 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 you're my family. I love you ladies. Thank you. I'm also a contributor of the Capital Lifestyle website. I write for them once a week. I'm an NPC fitness athlete that I'll talk about later. I've been on so many magazines, newspapers, radio interviews, TV, all that fun stuff. I'm certified in wellness, personal training, nutrition, and I'm also the founder and CEO of Fit Kenyan Girl, Inc. So that's the stuff some of you might know, but how many of you would really like to know me? Not from what you see on Instagram, because let me tell you, social media lies. How many would like to really know more about me? Yes? Maybe? Okay, it's okay, I'll still tell you. I was born right here in Nairobi, Kenya, 1979, Pumwani Hospital. Those are my parents. I had a pretty normal childhood. Speaking of my parents, my mom is here somewhere. Stand up, Mom. If it wasn't for her, obviously I wouldn't be here. So she was the dime piece back in the 80s. I had a pretty interesting childhood. I was an only child for 8 years. Then my brother came along. Then came my teenage years, the fun times. I went to boarding school when I was 12 years old, no, 13. How many of you went to boarding school? Yes? Yes, yes? How many of you liked boarding school? I liked boarding school for one reason. I could eat junk. I could eat Britannias and House of Manjis and crisps without my parents supervising. So I loved boarding school because of food. How many of you know what mixture is? Okay, yeah. Okay, and half a loaf of bread, yeah? Okay. So clearly, I had an awesome appetite. The first picture is me at 16 years old. The second is my mother and I. So by the time I was 16, 17, I was bigger than her. Most people thought I was her older sister. I couldn't fit into her clothes. The last picture is my driver's license. I had just gotten out of high school. I was 18. And this morning, she forced me to get out of my baggy jeans and t-shirt, and she went into her closet and picked up a dress that she couldn't fit into because it was too big, and she forced me to wear it. And I was pouting all the way up until I took that picture. So I had a really good relationship with food in my teenage years. By the time I turned 21, I left Kenya. That was 1999. I headed to Atlanta. My 20s were all about, well, my early 20s were all about education, college, advancing my IT career. I got to work for some awesome companies. That's a picture of me and mom at my graduation in 2005. So the early 20s were fun. I was still young growing up. By the time I got to 26 years old, I got married. By the time I was 27 and a half, I was divorced. And the one thing I remember fondly about my ex-husband was his cooking. He came from the part of the country called New Orleans that had the best rich southern food. So he did all the cooking and I did all the eating. So by the time we were getting divorced, I was back to where I was as a teenager when it came to weight, and then some. So my weight brought some babies with it as well. A couple of months after my divorce, I remember waking up. I used to suffer from chronic fatigue, so waking up in the morning was a problem for me. You know, the type of people who I snooze until I can snooze no more. I have 20 minutes to shower, get ready to get to the office and make it right on time. I was that type of person. So I'm rushing to get ready, showering, brushing my teeth, I put on my clothes, and I bend over to fasten my shoes. And out of nowhere came this loud ripping sound, and my pants had ripped. So I sat on the bed upset because I'm thinking, I'm late for work, my pants have ripped, but even more importantly, these were the same pants I bought 2 months ago, and I was thinking I need to take them back because when I bought them, they were loose-fitting. And now, they just ripped because I'm pouring out of them. So while having this conversation in my mind, I looked up and my full-length mirror was in front of me. And I looked at myself. I was still in my bra. I hadn't worn a top. And what I saw, I did not like. My belly was pouring onto my thighs. I had started developing small thingies right here. And I was like, okay, Jane, something needs to change. It was that same evening, March 2008, that I stepped into a gym for the first time in my life. So for the first couple of months, I'd go to the gym, watch what the person next to me is doing. When they finish doing, I go and do it. They hit a button, I hit a button. I didn't know what I was doing, literally. I was just trying to make myself feel good knowing I've signed up for gym membership and I'll just wake up one day and the weight will be gone, right? Needless to say, 2010 from 2008, I'd only lost 2 kilos. I looked the same. But yes, I was going to the gym, right? Actually, 2009, I ran 2 half marathons. My time was 1 hour 54, the first. The second was 1 hour 48. So I know I was working out, right? Don't we all work out? So what was I missing? I was even working out twice a day sometimes. I'd run short runs in the evening, long runs in the morning. And I said, you know what, enough is enough. I'm going to have liposuction. Went to see a doctor, saw 3 cosmetic surgeons. They said, okay, we can do it, $7,000. I was like, cool, let's do it. But 2 weeks before my procedure, a friend of mine called me and said, don't do it. You can do this on your own, and I'm going to introduce you to somebody. If you give him 30 days, he'll let you know that what you've been doing from 2008 to 2010 was rubbish. So I said, okay, let me meet this guy, give him a chance. Let's just say liposuction never happened. This was 29, 30 years old. Early 30s, 31. 6 months after meeting this person, I was blown away. My body started doing things I couldn't think possible. I started retrogressing based on how I looked. I started looking younger, feeling things I never thought possible, starting to think about my life. What do I really want to be when I grow up? This is me at 30. I thought I had grown up. Ladies, let me just say, when you are so hungry for change, When you are ready to do what it takes, you do it. No excuses. No, it's too expensive, I have no time. No, you do it. And this is how I entered my 30s. So the beginning of 2010, 2011, I was obsessed with my body. I can't even lie. I started looking good, got into bodybuilding competitions, started bringing home trophies, always placing first or second. It was such a high. All this time, I had a full IT career. I was a project manager. So I'd wake up at 3 a.m., go to the gym, come home. By 8 a.m., I'm in the office, leave work at 6 or 5, go back to the gym, be in bed by 8 p.m., repeat it all over, because I was committed. That's what it takes when you're ready. And when you commit to anything, guess what happens? The universe starts throwing things your way. So here I am thinking, I'm just doing this because I enjoy it. People start calling, Jane, we saw your pictures on Facebook. We'll pay you to take a picture for our company. Like, who, me? Picture for your company? Why? Because you look amazing. Really? Okay. How much? Yeah, this amount. Really? Okay. Not bad, you know? So when you follow something that makes you feel good, it can change your life. I'm now 36, about to turn 37. So this was only 5, 6 years ago. So I started fitness modeling. The very first picture was my second competition with my trophy. I began the modeling. My 30s are not what I thought they would be, simply because I followed something I was obsessed with. So you're asking, so Jane, how did you do it? People, things are not difficult. We make them difficult the moment we start making excuses. Everything that I learned from 2010 is what I've used to create the Body Transformation Program. If only I'd learned these things in 2008, I think I'd be further along in life. But who knows that the right thing happens at the right time? Sometimes you have to want something, put it out there, keep wanting it, don't move from A to B to C, because then you confuse God and you confuse the universe. He's like, today you want A, tomorrow you want B, tomorrow you want C, make up your mind, right? So here's the truth. We're dying. Diabetes, heart attack. Statistics in Kenya is 7 out of 20 is ailing from something. So in this room, if you look to your left or right, front or back, 7 out of your crowd of 20 is dealing with something lifestyle related. And here's the even scarier thing. Some of us don't even know because we don't see the doctors frequently enough. I came across this sign on the bypass. 70 Kenyans die from cancer every day. Breast cancer, prostate, all types of cancer. 70 people. We're losing people to things we can prevent. So why do I care? I care because I saw what taking care of myself did for me. And let me tell you something about myself. Even when I was a little overweight, I am my mother's daughter. I'm very driven. I'm very progressive. I was making huge career moves in the US working in IT. But let me say that I went from here to here the moment I started paying attention to me. I'm waking up in the morning. I'm going to the gym. As much as people might think it's an obsession, think of it as it's my time. I'm not thinking about social media. I'm not thinking about my family. It's not work. It's me with me. Do you know how important time with yourself is? So, in 2012, I decided, you know what? I enjoy this fitness thing more than I enjoy IT. So guess what? Forget you, IT. I'm going to start from scratch and do this health and wellness thing because there seems to be women that need the help. Hence why I moved back to Kenya last year. so I can be of help to those that need it. My goal in life and for the next couple of years is to change the lives of 1 million women. Women are the backbones of the families. If they learn how to be healthy, guess what? The kids and the husbands simply follow. How do you guarantee results? I'd like to say I do this every day. I think I know what I'm doing. Number 2, you'll be working with me as your expert. Those are the things that make my program different. I've heard of different programs in the city where you go buy a program, they give it to you, might never hear from them again, so they really don't keep track of how you're doing and help you moving forward. Ladies, there's so many myths. How many of you know there's something called being in your own way or blocking yourself? You want to do something, but you talk yourself out of it. No, I have kids, I can't do it. I'm too old, I'm too overweight. I have no time. My job is too demanding. It's too expensive. That is you getting in your own way, and sometimes you have to step aside and say, I want it, I'll do it. So don't say you've tried everything, because honestly, you haven't. So here comes the interesting stuff. Here are some of the details to my secrets. If you want to lose weight, number 1, nourishment. I say it's 80%. It's 80% what you eat. Most people assume as soon as you hear Derek saying, you know, you want to lose weight, you want to get fit, most people think, I need to go to the gym. Ladies, the truth is the gym is only actually 10%. 80% is what you're eating. 10% is your attitude, your self-belief. Movement, working out, we'll talk about that. Mindset, another important one. The 4th is lifestyle. So as I said, 80% nutrition, 20% everything else. Ladies, if there's anything I want you to take away from this evening, you are what you eat. You keep eating chapatis, mandazis, chips, fried chicken, burgers, pizza, and come and say, but I'm trying to lose weight. I look at you and roll my eyes. Because those are all the things you shouldn't be eating. If you want to lose weight, it's simple. Stop eating all wheat products. Stop eating red meat every single day. Eat dengu, beans, chicken, fish, kidneys, liver. Do not eat red meat every single day. It causes disease. Eat more vegetables, and we're in a country with so many vegetables. And here's the formula. When you have a round plate, half of that plate should be vegetables. The other quarter piece should be your meat. The other quarter, your starch. When we talk about starch, carbohydrates, I mean eat rice, sweet potatoes, matoke, mukimo, not chapati, chips, not the fried stuff. Eat the way, how do I say this? When I was growing up, I thought eating sweet potatoes and ndoma was shady. I wanted to eat the cool stuff, the stuff that makes you obese. So let's go back to eating how our grandparents eat. That's a good example. When you go here, Shaggy, what do you eat? The things from the shamba. Eat those things. And I only realized when I was in the US that, oh my God, I'm now eating the things that I turned my nose up against when I was growing up. The things that I'd not look at when they were cooked. I didn't eat sweet potatoes growing up. To me, it was for poor people. Now, I like it, I love it. I eat sweet potatoes every day. So eat natural food, food that you can trace the source. If I ask you, where does sausage come from? Who can tell me? Sausage comes from what animal? The truth is, you don't know. You don't know where sausage comes from. It could be the skin mixed with the fat of 3 different animals ground up and put in a thingy, and you say you're eating chicken sausage. You really don't know it's processed. So clean eating is important. Water. How many of us drink water? Plain water. Okay, good. Water for us women is life. Your skin, your hair, your nails, If you pee and your pee is yellow, there's a problem. Your pee should almost be as clear as water, but perhaps with a very slight tint. If your farts stink, there is a problem. I'm serious. And sorry, I'm getting personal, but that's true. If your farts stink, evaluate what you're eating. Another thing common in our culture, we wake up, we go to work, we work so hard, we come home and we have the largest meal of the day at dinner. We're supposed to have breakfast like a, lunch like a, dinner like a, yes. Dinner should be the lightest meal. So the people in the 21 days of change, we're doing a no carbs after 3. In other words, do not eat any starch after 3 p.m. And I was looking at the buffet and one of the girls came and said, don't you dare touch that sweet, that crisp. I'm like, I'm nakula na macho. It's after 3. I don't eat starches after 3 p.m. Starch is energy. The moment you eat energy and go to sleep, it has no opportunity or no other way but to be turned into, and you wonder why you're gaining weight. I think that's enough about nourishment. Here's somebody that came to me and she said, I've been eating healthy for the last 3 years, my weight is not moving. And the moment I spent an hour talking to her, I was like, someone lied to you, you've not been eating clean. 3 months after following my custom-made program, she sent me this email. She'd lost about 10 kgs. As you can see, most of it, she's wearing the same pants, was in her belly. Women, we gain most of our weight right here and right here. It's the hips, the belly. The moment you start losing weight, the areas where you carry the most fat get smaller. They don't get smallest fast. I was having a conversation with someone in that table saying, I want to lose weight, but I want my cheeks to stay the same. It doesn't happen. Your body doesn't have arrows showing fat out here. You know, fat here, keep this the same. No, the body gets small evenly. So if you have a problem, if you feel your arms are too chubby, but you don't want your hips to get small, it's not possible. I really wish God created us like with a tap, where you say, okay, mwaga apa. You know, na apa acha. You know, I wish. It doesn't work that way. Movement. How many people work out in the room? I think very few. Here's the thing. Working out is secondary. If you can walk 3 times a week, 30 minutes during your lunch break at work, that's working out. It's simple. Don't compare yourself to someone else. Don't look at my workouts on Instagram and say, I'll never get there, so let me just sit here. No. You start where you are with what you have. Start by walking. The next thing you'll be jogging. Before you know it, you'll be running a half marathon. The important thing is to start. Why is working out important? It sucks when you're doing it, but when you're done, you feel amazing. Your mind clears. It's like you can think faster. It helps with your sex life, if that means anything to anyone. It boosts your energy. There are so many reasons for you to work out. It helps burn fat, which then with the eating makes you lose weight faster. Another testimonial, she was working out, didn't know what to do. I changed a couple of things. She made an amazing transformation. Again, I don't care about weight loss, people. Some of us are so stuck on, I want the weighing scale to say 52. The weighing scale can say 52, but you look the same. Focus on how you look. The moment you wake up in the morning and have tea or coffee, your weight goes up. During that time of the month, we naturally gain 4 pounds, 2 kilos, because of our hormones. So the weighing scale is not the tell-all. Mindset. You are what you think. How many of you believe this? You are what you think. We need to start thinking better of ourselves. If something is too difficult, like working out or saying no to wheat or not taking alcohol, believe that you can do it for you to do it. This is something that I really work on with my clients, because if you can't get your mental right, you can have the best workout program, the best nutrition program, but your mind is not right to even do what I've asked you to do. How many of you know Noni? Some of you, the ladies in the 21 Days Group of Change. When Noni and I started working together, I loved her energy. She had so much weight to lose, but her energy and her mindset was so good that she lost it. And this is how you know someone who has a good, positive mindset. They don't say things like, I don't think I can do it. This is too hard. They speak in better words. They say things like, when I do it, when it's done, I'll do my best. So a lot goes into mindset, how we think of ourselves, how we talk to ourselves. Finally, lifestyle. Lifestyle is like a marriage. You date a guy for a while, you like him, he likes you, then you decide to get married. Now, you know once you get married, it's over. You have to stand him, he has to stand you. There are days you don't want to see him, you don't want to talk to him, but he's still your husband. That is what health and fitness is. There are days I wake up, I don't want to go to the gym. I have to talk to myself. I might not go at 9 a.m., I'll end up going at 4 p.m. because I know I still have to go. There are changes that you need to commit to for the rest of our lives. And most of us make the mistake of thinking, oh my God, I've lost 10 kgs, I've arrived. Now I can go back to drinking. I can go back to eating the things I was eating before. And then you wonder why the weight comes back. That's why it's very important to do things that slowly make the progress, not drastic changes. A friend of mine called Alice, she lives in Baltimore, obviously she's Kenyan. She had seen doctors in India, in the US, in Kenya. Nobody could figure out what was wrong with her. All I said to her was, stop eating wheat. And all her medical issues disappeared. She lost weight, she's made it a lifestyle, and she's leading a great life. Chantel is another girl. I just met her about 2 years ago, but she started trying to lose weight in 2012. She's made an amazing transformation. So the message I'm trying to send to you is, it's not overnight. I've been doing this for 7 years and I still do it, so that should tell you that it's something you have to keep doing. We even have some guys. Will lost 6 kgs from doing my 10-day detox. He kept up with this. He did this in October. Now he's down 25 kilos. So the question is, how many of you would like to be my next success story? How many of you would like to lose that extra weight? Let me see. Okay, only 2 or 3 of you. Okay, the rest of you are perfect. Yeah? 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 Okay, yeah. Sawa. So, let me emphasize something, ladies. I know when we think of losing weight, we automatically think of the aesthetics. We think of looking good. But I'm here to tell you, looking good is almost a secondary perk. The primary benefit of losing weight is that the moment you come to an event like this and you see all this fried food and you say, I really want the samosas and the sausages, but I'm so committed to what I'm trying to do, I'm going to step away from them. That discipline translates to your finances. I'm walking through the mall, oh my God, I must get that pair of shoes. But because I'm saving, I'll step away from it. The discipline you learn when you're trying to lose weight is not only constrained to losing weight, it slowly starts to permeate other areas of your life. You end up, you're having better relationships, not only with your money, your job, your children, your husband, everything. It's as though it goes from black and white to color HD. You know, your life changes. And this is not just something I say to say. I say it because I've lived it. Look at me. I left an awesome career to come and do this because I truly believe in it. So remember, the physical is good, but what it does to you inside as a person is amazing. So picture this. We talked about bikinis. I don't know what it is about bikinis, but women, I think we think this is the ISI standard of looking good when you can wear a bikini, right? So imagine you're rocking that bikini. That's a picture of me. It was taken 2 weeks ago. I was in Dubai, and I was laying there, and a friend of mine was at the top of the yacht. We were taking a cruise. She took that picture and WhatsApped it to me. And when I saw it, I smiled. I said, "You like asses?" I'm joking. I said, "This is a nice picture." She said, "Yeah, I was looking at you and I thought you looked fantastic." And I said, "I do look fantastic." Oh, I obviously don't look at myself from the back. But wearing a bikini, not caring what anyone thinks and knowing you look good is a great feeling. Energy and excitement for life. Growing up, I always used to say, I love sleeping just like my mother. But it's because I was always exhausted. Every morning, I remember going to college, I had to have a Red Bull. When I got to college, I had to have a cup of coffee. I was running on caffeine to get me through the day because I was always exhausted. And I accepted it as, that's what happens when you get older. But it's not true. Now I wake up, I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do today? This, that. My brain moves faster. So that's what I talk about when I'm saying energy and excitement for life. Purpose and balance. How many of us are mothers? Mothers? I've heard a myth that when you become a mother, you forget everyone and everything, and it's all about you and your baby. I said I've heard a myth. It's so important to have